It's never too late to invest, but let's be honest. It's always hard not to look back and wish we had have invested our money into a top performing stock. Instead of buying that new PS5 or iPhone or Tesla. Welcome to What If I Spent. Today we are diving into one of the most prolific and iconic businesses and brands in the world. Often famed for their unique design, seamless software, and lack of peripherals in their boxes. That's right, we are looking at Apple, and more specifically, we are analyzing what you could have made if you had bought Apple stock instead of buying the original Apple iPhone all the way back in 2007. You won't want to miss the end because the amount is quite staggering. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on those handy notifications. So, the year is 2007 and a trendy Steve Jobs in his black turtleneck takes the stage. He reveals the new iPhone to gasps around the world and to you. Sitting in your office, you're watching with your trusty Motorola Razr by your side and you think, hey, I need this phone. It's a phone and an iPod wrapped in one with a staggering 4GB and 8GB internal storage. Who's gonna need more than that? That's right, 4 gigs and 8 gigs. With an eye-watering, at the time, sticker price of $599 for the larger model. You start saving your hard-earned cash in hopes of getting your sweaty paws on the new iPhone, so you can show off how cool you are to all your friends. Trust me, this was me back in 2007. But here's the question that we all came here to have answered. How much money would we have now if we instead had bought Apple stock instead of the new iPhone? Limping with our Motorola Razr into the new decade. By the way, if you didn't have a Motorola Razr phone in the late 2000s, comment down below what phone you did have. We're curious. Now, to really understand how much Apple's share price was back in 2007, we first need to look at how many times their share price has either split or reverse split combined together. This makes our calculation a tad more challenging because Apple's share price has split a total of 5 times since it was taken public, and twice since the release of the original iPhone. What is even more staggering is that the most recent stock split was a 4-to-1 stock split in 2020, meaning that for every stock you owned at the time of the split, you now owned a total of 4 shares. Now, before Apple split in 2020, it had a 7-to-1 stock split back in 2014, which meant that for every share you owned was, you got it, 7 shares. So to combine these 2 stock splits, if you had purchased one single share in 2007, you would now have a total of 28 shares. Now that we know how to determine Apple's historical share price, we can go back and calculate what the stock was valued at in 2007, right around the launch of its globally successful iPhone. Looking back on a stock chart, we can see that on July 6th, a little after the launch of the original iPhone, Apple's stock price was $132.16. So, you're waiting in line at Verizon, itching to get your hands on the new iPhone so you can brag to all your friends finally. But out of the corner of your eye, you see your bank. You look at the bank, down at your fistful of cash, and back at the iPhone sitting in the window. You sigh and mutter, "Not this time." You march over to the bank and slam the cash down on the counter. "I'd like to buy some Apple stock, please." So you have $599 and Apple shares are trading at $132.16. This means you can purchase 4.53 shares of Apple stock, assuming your bank allowed fractional share trading. But for simplicity, let's just say you buy 5 shares because, let's be honest, that iPhone was going to have taxes on it too, right? You buy 5 shares of Apple stock and walk triumphantly out of your bank. Now what? Well, now all you do is wait. In the first year of buying your stock, it has risen from $132.16 all the way up to $172.48. Wow, just over $40 a share, putting you at a net profit of a little over $200. Not bad, but you forget about your investment account and carry on with your life. That is until you get a strange email June of 2014. Congratulations! Your Apple stocks have split and you now own 7 shares for every 1 share you originally purchased. Holy smokes! You now have 35 shares of Apple stock! The stock price is now $91.28 due to the split, and your initial investment is worth a whopping $3,194.80. You have more than 5 times your money. But guess what? The roller coaster doesn't stop there. You pat yourself on the back and continue to let the money grow. Your Motorola is looking a little long in the tooth, but it's doing the job anyway. 6 years pass and it's now 2020. The world is in an upturn, the stock market is uncertain, and shares have just taken a dive. March 2020, you look at your Apple investment portfolio to your amazement. The share price is now $289.04, and your overall portfolio is worth a staggering $10,116.40. Pandemic schmandemic, you think? I can almost retire. Well, not exactly. You leave your stocks alone and don't panic sell like your friends. It will be okay, right? 5 months later, you get another surprise email from your bank. Congratulations, your Apple stocks have split. Again. You now have 4 stocks for every 1 stock you owned, giving you a total share size of 140. Wow! You think to yourself, at this rate, I'll almost own the whole company. You do a quick calculation at the market rate and you realize your portfolio is now worth $18,065.60. You could buy a car, or go on a pretty nice vacation, twice. It's December 31st, 2020. The ball is about to drop on one of the worst years in recent history. You can't wait for 2021 to come. Before reining in the new year, you look at your investment portfolio one last time and smile. Your initial investment has now grown to be worth a total of $18,576.60, with a total return of over 3,000%. You decide it's finally time to sell and you take your money, quit your job, and retire to a small city in Oklahoma, where homes are dirt cheap. Okay, so maybe it's not that dramatic, but $18,500 all from an initial investment of $660. That's a huge difference, and a great reminder of how powerful the stock market is, even in an economic downturn. This investment took place over the 2008 USA housing crash and the 2020 coronavirus pandemic, and was still able to achieve a whopping 3,000% return. Now, for all our dedicated viewers who have stuck with us this whole video, we have another surprise for you. What if, in 2015, your trusty Motorola Razr finally died, and you were forced to upgrade? It's September 2015 and Apple has just released their brand new iPhone 6s Plus. Whoo boy! You think to yourself, I could probably splurge. My Apple stocks are actually doing really well. Just as you go to click buy on Apple's website for the 32GB iPhone 6s Plus for $549, you stop. You remember that your friend told you that their old BlackBerry Pearl was still working and just collecting dust in their drawer, if you wanted to have it instead. You sigh. Let's buy some more stock. In September 2015, Apple's shares were trading at $109.28, which means you were able to secure another 5 shares, giving you a total of 40 shares at the time. You slum it with your friend's BlackBerry and patiently wait for your stocks to grow. It's 2020 again, and Apple has just had its stock split, meaning your 40 shares are now in fact 160 shares. Wow! You look at your portfolio value and are amazed to see it's actually $20,662.40. In October, you decide it's finally time to upgrade to the new iPhone. You rest easy knowing you held out and earned a massive return. You finally splurge and buy the new iPhone 12 Pro Max and a matching Apple Watch because why not? Now you know how much money you would have if you had bought Apple stock instead of the original iPhone back in 2007. We hope you enjoyed this episode of What If I Spent? Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications to see when our next video is live. Until then, keep investing.